Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Jamboree. Today we are diving into the world of slopes. In British curriculum, if you're studying in British curriculum, they call it a gradient, but in US we call it slope. So grab your pens and paper because by the end of this video you will be mastering the slopes like a pro. All right, let's start by understanding what slope actually means. In simple terms, the slope measures the steepness of a line. It tells us how much a line rises or falls for every unit we move horizontally. But when you're studying a slope, you will need to have a better understanding of some of the terms like x-intercept and the y-intercepts. What does x-intercept and the y-intercept means? X-intercept is the point where the graph intersects with the x-axis. And technically it's similar to that. And the y-intercept is the point where the graph intersects with the y-axis. So let's start solving this question before we, as a first step for slope topic. So what are the intercepts of the linear function shown here? So this is the graph with a positive slope, and here is our x-intercept because this is our x-axis. This is the point where the line intersects with the x-axis. The coordinates of this point is -2 and 0. And the y-intercept, this is our vertical line. The graph is intersecting with the vertical line on this point. The x value is 0, y value is 4, the coordinate of that point. So our x-intercept is -2, and y-intercept is +4 in this case. So the answer to this problem will be choice B. Let me move on to the other problems. So again, this is about the slope. And to determine a slope, let me tell you, there are different ways finding a slope, but the very most common way is to isolate the y. When you isolate the y and the number in front of the x tells us the slope. So mx plus b. This is the number in front of the x again, the coefficient technically is the slope. And the b is the y-intercept. In British curriculum, they call this not letter B, they call it letter C. If you're studying IB, you may be familiar with that, y equals mx plus c. So that's one of the way to determine the slope. So in this problem, you've been asked to find, let's read the question, company B, company A. The graph shows the relationship between the number of shares of stock from company A, X, and the number of shares of stock from company B, Y, that Simone can purchase. Which equation could be represent this relationship? So technically, we're looking for the equation of the line. So we're supposed to isolate the y to determine the values. But let's check out the given data on the graph. Another way of finding the slope is technically, slope means is rise over run. So which means that in vertically, how many steps from here, the origin, there are 40 steps, 40 units. And from origin to the right, which is run section, there are 60 units. So the slope of this function will be then, um, here is the thing, it's gonna be 40 over 60, but this is going to be, when you simplify it, this will becomes 4 over 6. If you will simplify that further, you would have 2 over 3. But the thing is, the slope is negative in this case. How do I determine the slope is negative or positive? There are different ways of solving it. But I'm going to introduce you someone who can help you to determine this actually. So this, I call this as the slope man. Here it is. There you go. So he's kind of mad today. So if the graph is going from left bottom to right top, it's positive. The slope is positive. If graph goes from right bottom to left top on the left column, the slope is negative. And if it's exactly horizontal, like it's in math, the slope is 0. It's like an x-axis. The slope of an x-axis is 0. And if the line goes vertically down, then the slope is undefined. So this slope man, this is our slope man. This slope man can help you to remember whether the slope is positive or negative. Since this graph is going this way, based on the slope man, also you can just remember it is negative 2 over 3. Anyway, so we're looking for a slope, which is going to be negative 2 over 3. What about the y-intercepts? I mean, in this equation, we just found that this is negative 2 over 3. What about the y-intercept of it? So that's where the graph intersects with the y-axis. It's obviously 40. So we will have 40 for the y-intercept. So let's check out the choices then. Y equals 8x plus 12. Can it be the answer? No, because slope is positive and the y-intercept is 12. So let's go ahead and eliminate this choice. In this one, we have 12y, the 8x plus 12y equals 480. In this case, you're supposed to isolate the y, which means that 12y, I'm going to go ahead and take away 8x from each side. 8x. So that's going to give us negative 8x plus 480. And when we divide, to isolate the x, we need to divide every part of the equation by 12. Y will be negative, simplified by 4, negative 2x over 3, and plus 40. Oh, this is the equation we were looking for. Then our answer will be B for this question. So this is the answer. So we don't have to solve further these choices. Let's move on to another type of problems you might face during the SAT or similar to ACT actually. So in this case, you're given y equals 3x minus 2, and you're being asked to graph this equation, the line. So what is the slope? Again, the formula, remember, it was mx plus b. And the slope of this line is 3. And the y-intercept is negative 2. Slope is, again, remember, it was rise over run. Rise over run. And if I will just put 3 as a fraction, I'm going to put 1 into denominator. So this tells us that it's gonna go 3 steps up, rising. If this would have been negative, you would have go down. And it's positive one, you just go to the right. If this would have been negative, you would go to the left. Here, and where do I start graphing from? -2. On our graph, we're just going to start on -2. Let me show you where the -2 is. Here it is. From here, I'm going to start and I will just go 3 steps up. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then 1 step to the right. It is 1 point. And from this point, I will just go again 3 steps up and 1 steps to the right. You can do the same thing vice versa, which means if from 2, you can go 3 steps to the down and 1 step to the left. So these are the points we will connect. Okay, I'm just making them darker to graph this line. We'll just, let me see. I will try to do it as much as, okay. Yeah. It's gonna be, yeah. No, we just wanted straight line. Yeah. It is the graph of this uh, this equation. So this is how it's seen. I can just, okay, make it darker if it's not visible. Let me do that really quick. So technically it is in a different color. It goes from this point, oops, from this point to this point. 3 steps to the right. Yeah, this is how you graph it. And when you're done by graphing it, you're supposed to write the name of the graph, the equation of the graph on top of that. So we have another question. This is let me show you this, give you a hint. This is really great hint. It might be really helpful during the SAT exam. The digital calculator they will allow you to use in the exam is the Desmos. So in this question, you're being asked to find the solution. Y equals given as -8x plus 5, and the other one is y equals 6x minus 2. So if you will just go ahead and put these, if you will just go ahead and put in the Desmos, the equation, you're going to go ahead and see that there you will see the solution where it says like 1 and 4. I strongly suggest you to use the calculator for this systems of equations questions to solve. But I just wanted to show you the strategies as well. Remember that we had the slope man like this for this question. It might be useful. This is positive again, this is negative, and this is 0. Remember, and this is undefined. So in this case, y's are by itself, then the slope of the first equation is -1, and the y-intercept is 5, and the slope of the second one is 6, and the y-intercept is -2. So -1 means the slope will be, the line will go to the left, right? And the other one is positive 6, which means the one graph will go right. So it's gonna be one going up, one going to the left. It's gonna be something like this. So because of that, choice A cannot be solution because these are two parallel lines. Infinitely many solutions, these are coincident lines on top of them. So no. One solution, either the solution is B or the D. When you look at it, I just ask you to go ahead and use the Desmos for it, but you can also substitute the values in here to check. For instance, this is 1 and 4, and the equation is y equals negative x plus 5. Then if you will substitute the values in here, 4 for the y, 1 for the x, negative, um, let me fix that. 1 plus 5. So does this work? It does 4 equal to 4? Yes. Then this is our solution. And the answer to this problem is D. Thank you for watching the video. I wish you good luck on your exams. Hope to see you around. Have a good one.